4.9 million years ago, the sun beats down on the East African savanna. For a small band of Australopithecus, life is a constant, brutal rhythm of finding and fleeing. Today, they are at the riverbank, their arms laden with wet tubers and leafy greens. A sudden rustle in the tall grass sends a jolt of primal fear through the group. They don't need to see it to know. Predator. Instantly, they are running. Dust kicks up from their bare feet. An infant clings tightly to its mother's chest, a tiny fist balled in fur. They don't look back. They know the shape of danger, the unnatural way the grass parts when something large and hungry moves against the wind. The group scrambles up a low rise of red earth. Their destination is a scatter of stones, nature's crude arsenal. Hands snatch them up, fingers wrapping around the familiar weight of jagged flint. One adult, hampered by an old leg injury, lags slightly behind. He stoops, grabbing a pre-sharpened flake from the ground. A simple tool, but a deadly projectile when propelled by desperate strength. The others have already turned, forming a defensive crescent. Their bodies sway, a collective motion of defiance. Arms are raised, stones held ready. Then it bursts from the grass. A saber-tooth, its iconic fangs gleaming, commits to the charge. A volley of stones flies through the air. One finds its mark with a sickening crack against bone. Another glances off the cat's muscular shoulder. The massive predator veers, snarling in pain and fury. In a surge of shared instinct, the band presses forward, not back. It's a risky gambit, a lesson etched into their genes by generations who learned that hesitation is a death sentence. The wounded cat, surprised by this aggression, retreats into the concealing grass. For a moment, the ground trembles with its withdrawal. The hominins stand their ground, breath coming in ragged gasps. There is no celebration, only the briefest pause in the endless struggle. Survival continues. But the savanna has more than one way to kill. The sky, once clear, has collapsed into a mass of dark, bruised clouds. The river behind them begins to swell. Rain hammers down, turning the dry dust into a thick, clinging mud that sucks at their feet. Driven by the elders, whose minds hold maps written in scars and memory, the band pushes on. They seek a limestone outcrop, a known shelter against the storm's fury. The water rises with terrifying speed. A juvenile loses its footing and is swept sideways, its arms flailing. Without a second's thought, two adults wade into the churning current. They lock arms, creating a human chain, and haul the smaller body back to the relative safety of the bank. But the rescue has cost them precious time. The storm now has teeth. Just as they reach the rock shelter, the sky splits open with a deafening crack of thunder. Inside the cave, the air is thick with the smells of bat droppings and damp earth. The group huddles together for warmth, shivering. The infant is passed to the center of the group, wrapped in layers of broad leaves. An elder, using a smooth stone, crushes bitter herbs into a paste, smearing it onto a deep gash on another's thigh. Ancient medicine, knowledge paid for in blood. Outside, the rain roars, a living, breathing monster. Then, a new threat emerges, more chilling than the storm. Shadows gather at the mouth of the cave. They are upright, watchful. Another band of Australopithecus. They are leaner, their eyes fixed on the shelter and the precious food gathered within. In this unforgiving world, hunger recognizes hunger. There are no greetings, no gestures of peace. Grips tighten on stone tools. The air crackles with a tension thicker than the storm. A nearby tree, struck by lightning, crashes to the ground, shaking the very rock beneath them. The sudden chaos breaks the stalemate. The rival band rushes forward. The two groups collide in a brutal frenzy of mud and rain. Stones strike flesh. An adult from the first band falls, clutching a broken arm. Another sinks their teeth into a rival's shoulder, a desperate, primal act. Amid the thunder, the infant lets out a silent scream. its small mouth wide open, breath lost in the cacophony. Drawn by the sounds of conflict and the scent of blood, the wounded saber-tooth returns. It charges directly into the melee, a whirlwind of claws and fangs. The fight dissolves into pure panic. Rival and kin scatter in a shared wave of terror. The cat seizes one of the hominins, dragging the screaming body away into the tall grass. The remaining survivors, their previous conflict forgotten, scramble back toward the cave, united by a common fear. Inside the shelter, they regroup. They are fewer now, caked in mud, bleeding and trembling from cold and shock. The storm eventually passes. A pale golden dawn breaks over the drenched savanna, revealing a grim tableau. Bodies lie still in the wet grass, and the dark shapes of vultures already circle overhead. The survivors emerge slowly, cautiously, from the cave. They gather what remains, their scattered food, their stone tools, and each other. An elder picks up the infant, rocking it gently until its tiny chest rises and falls in a calm, steady rhythm. They move on, limping but upright. They head for higher ground, where the grass thins and the horizon stretches out, offering the illusion of safety. They stop at a shallow rise. The remaining food is shared, torn apart with hands and stone flakes, passed first to the injured. The sun warms their backs, a small comfort against the heavy weight of their loss. In the distance, the predators of the day melt back into the shadows. The band presses on, scarred but unbroken, carrying the memory of the fallen in their muscles and their bones. Life in this ancient world endures, not because it is kind, but because they are relentless. The long journey of humanity has only just begun. Thank you for watching. If you found this journey into our deep past fascinating, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories of survival and evolution.